Hi, I'm Steve Thompson, president of Emery Thompson Machine, a 116-year-old family business based here in the United States. For 116 years, we've been building batch freezers to put companies into business, usually small mom and pop businesses. In fact, you know some of them that started as mom and pop businesses. There was Haagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's, Breyers, Bluebell, Hershey's. They all began as just two people starting an ice cream business, just like yours. Today, I'm showing you something new that we've been working on, and that is making a sugar-free Italian ice. Now, it's been done before in sugar-free, but not very successful. The only way to take the sugar out was to use a horrible chemical called maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a modified food starch, and it has a very bad side effect to it that it will give you diarrhea. And that's really not good for business. So I've been working on this for a long time and have finally come up with something that is known in the industry as rare fruits sugar. And that's what we're going to use today. And if you look at our website, emerythompson.com, you're going to find that we also have lemon ice up there. We have a fantastic chocolate ice there. And the beauty of this product is I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I can eat this all day long and it won't affect my glycemic level. That's my sugar level in my body. No effect whatsoever. The keto-friendly people can eat this because it's almost zero carbs and no sugars. So it's approved, even for what we're doing today, which is going to be a raspberry Italian ice. Now, obviously, there is sugar in the natural raspberries, but the keto diet allows this. They allow you to eat fruit. Don't eat a whole lot of it. Don't eat the whole tree of oranges, but you can have fruit, and it works very well into this formula. And we're all finished. If you'd like this formula and my chocolate and my lemon, just write to me, steve@emerythompson.com. Emery is a funny spelling. It was my grandfather's name, E-M-E-R-Y, steve@emerythompson.com. And if you'd like to see our 405 how-to-make videos, it encompasses 120 hours of classroom instruction, all for free. I also give you all my formulas for free. That's at emerythompson.com. There's also a help desk for those of you who have machines and have questions. There is key suppliers. Who do I use to buy things like vanilla, dipping cabinets, cups, anything that you're looking for, we can help you with. All my machines come with lifetime technical support. Now, there isn't much that goes wrong with the machines. Most times it's someone has put something in backwards. So the majority of phone calls we get are, where do you buy your lemon juice in bulk? Whose vanilla do you use? Where do you get those great cups that I see you using in your videos? All that's there and more. Well, we're going to get started. First thing we're going to do is sanitize the machine. It's very simple. Any chlorine-based product can sanitize any kind of equipment. In fact, if you were out in the middle of nowhere and had to sanitize a batch freezer or utensils, you could use a cap, not a cup, but a little cap of Clorox bleach to a gallon of water, and that'll do the same job. The only thing is health departments kind of balk when they see a big jug of Clorox bleach. And I'd rather not have any chemicals in my ice cream room. So I use Sterashine, which is an excellent product, available on Amazon and all sorts of places, or you can call them direct. When I lubricated the drive shaft, I also used their Sterashine lubricant. Good products. The key to them is they're well recognized by your health department, and that's unfortunately what we are trying to do, besides make ice cream, is make sure the health department is very happy with us. So I've mixed that up, and we're going to pour it into the CB350, which is one of my smaller machines. This is the largest selling machine in the world. This makes 6 quarts of product in its freezing time. So 6 quarts of ice cream in 8 minutes. Products with high sugar content instead of fat content take longer to freeze, so Italian ice would take 14 minutes. But both are extremely fast. Now, we're only putting water in here, and I want to slosh it around, so I'm going to go to my invention of 22 years ago, the Infinite Overrun Control. This is a device that allows you to make all the frozen desserts in the world. No other machine can make this claim. All they can do is either make gelato or they can make American ice cream, but they can't do both. And this machine can do absolutely everything. You can in the dairy end of it, you can start with homemade ice cream, go down to super premium, go down to gelato, go down to even frozen custard. In the water ice end, you have Italian ices, sorbet, sorbetto, frozen lemonade. The one thing I've been working on a lot, and you'll see plenty of videos on it, is dairy-free, which used to be called vegan. Now we coined the phrase dairy-free ice cream. It's a coconut-based product that I can make any flavor of ice cream in it. That has a separate setting. We're going to have a setting for this product, and they're all going to be just showing up on the screen. So if I go here right now, in fact, this is our latest screen. It doesn't like my gloves. I am going to go to Homemade and hit Start. And now there's no refrigeration going on. It's just spinning the product around. And that's hitting all the contact surfaces. And how long do you run it? It depends on your health department. I know that if I run it for 30 seconds, it's going to sanitize everything. But some health inspectors want a minute, some want 2 minutes, whatever they want. Now, when the ice cream is ready today, we'll be shutting off the freeze button, the little, it's a snowflake that lights up. And we'll shut that off so it doesn't freeze any further. We'll leave the dasher spinning and we'll pull all the product out very quickly if we want to. The ice cream or the Italian ice is thick at that point and it's going to flow out nicely. Right now, this is just water. So if I open this up with this spinning, it's going to spray water all over the machine. So when you're sanitizing, you're just going to hit stop. And now we're ready to take that out. The barrel has a slight tilt built into it so that every bit of water in the machine is going to drain forward and out. Same with your finished products. So I'll just give that another half a second or so. And we're ready to go. Close the gate. We just took the water. Sounds silly, but I get these calls all the time. What did we just finish doing? We opened the gate and took the product out. Now you get busy and you start getting your product, your dairy blend or your Italian ice blend. And you go over here and you start pouring it into the machine and it's going all over the floor. And you're saying all sorts of obscene things about me and my company, about this is terrible and all that, when in fact, what did we do wrong? We left the gate open. Close the gate. Don't walk away from the machine without the gate being closed. One other thing on the Infinite Overrun, over the past 22, 23 years, we have been making improvements to it all the time. Our latest improvements are, we have a choice here of all the different products. Let me read some of them off to you. Homemade, super premium, dairy-free, gelato, custard, frozen yogurt, Italian ice, sorbet, sorbetto, frozen lemonade, cream ice, sherbet, manual speed, and then back to the previous recipes or home. Now, we have it up here. Our generic term for making product is make ice cream. So that's what I'm going to use to get to the different products and pick the one that I want. We also have built in, even though you picked, say, gelato, you have a manual control up and down buttons. So you as an executive chef might say, well, Steve likes to run his gelato at 50% overrun, but I want a little less. I want 45% overrun. So you can tap the down button and slow it down to at whatever speed you want. So you have infinite control over the operation of the machine. Now, it's 1 in the morning and something happens, and our tech help is available 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. But at 1 in the morning, hopefully we're all asleep, and you're over in Saudi Arabia and you need to have an answer right away. You go to the machine and you touch the screen and you hit Get Help and you pick the machine. I'm going to pick the CB350. Now I know you can't see this, but we'll make another video where it's zoomed in. So I hit that and I have now questions. You want to see videos about the setup of the machine, the operation, the maintenance, or troubleshooting? Let's pick troubleshooting. Okay, it gives me a choice of watching a video about performing a frost test, which is a simple test where we can test all the refrigeration in less than a minute, and we don't have to call in any kind of refrigeration people. Performing the freeze test. Batch time is too long. What things could be going on there? So it's going to help you with all these small videos. So we drained that out. We've got that all set. Now we're going to come over here to the formula. Let me just, you know what? I'm going to keep this water because it's sanitized. And now anything that comes in contact with my product is instantly also going to be sanitized. So that makes that just even safer and easier to use. I don't need the Sterashine anymore, so I will move that off camera. I don't need the lubricant. So I have my formula, which is going to be available to you. And just write to steve@emerythompson.com. I have my water. I have my rare sugars. And I have fruit. I'm using fresh frozen fruit. I like the fresh frozen. Here is raspberries. You can't get raspberries in November. But if I go to the supermarket and go down the ice cream aisle, there are bags of fruit like this, and I can have fresh raspberries, fresh frozen. They were picked at the height of their freshness, frozen. There's no syrups in here, no nothing, just raspberries. This is the store brand. Our supermarkets here in Florida are Publix. Up in New York, it might be Pathmark. But whatever your supermarket, there's going to be a store brand. I recommend buying the store brand fruit because the fancy stuff, the Dole Pineapple Company, they're doing their fruit so that after dinner you might put some fresh raspberries into a nice glass like this and serve it to your guests. We're not serving it to the guests. We're putting it in the machine and incorporating into the Italian ice. So I don't need a beautiful look of a name brand company. I'm just going to use the store brand. So here's my water. Here's my rare fruit. And normally I would just pour this into here and stir it up for about 30 seconds, but this is a small container, so I'm going to show you, don't do what I do. I'm going to pour it directly into the machine. It's not going to hurt the machine, but you don't want something like sandpaper in the machine if you don't have to. So I'm just going to pour this in. And I'm going to go ahead and pour some of the water in too. And let's turn this on. Make ice cream. Let's go to the next page, Italian ice. And that's going to give me the speed I want for Italian ice. I'm going to hit start, and I'll finish pouring this in. No formula is so critical that you have to get every last granule in there. Finish, put the rest of my water. Now, if you're watching our other videos, you'll see Tie-Dye Jeff, the tall guy with the hippie shirt on it. He'll let this run for 2-3 minutes mixing. That's a waste of time. It was mixed in the first 10 seconds. So let's get to work here. Turn on the refrigeration. Now it's freezing, and it's going to stay liquid for about 5 minutes. So I've got plenty of time to add other stuff. So here's my raspberries. I just opened the bag and pour them in. Don't try this with any other machine. You cannot put whole pieces in there. You can't. This machine, you can put whole Oreo cookies, whole mint chips. I can put whole bananas. I can peel a banana and put it right in. My machines are so strong compared to everything else, everyone else, that we welcome you to pour everything in. I came up years ago with two terms: fruit flavor and fruit identity. Now, my fruit flavor is the ability to put all these products into the machine. If you had a blindfold on and you tasted it, you'd say, yep, that's raspberry. But you take the blindfold off, and since the raspberries are soft, they're all going to get ground up like a Cuisinart. Well, that's my fruit flavor, and no commercial ice cream will ever achieve fruit flavor. They only make vanilla and then have a $40,000 machine that injects raspberries at the end. So it's vanilla ice cream with raspberries. We have a true raspberry taste because for every particle of sweetener and water, we have the fruit right next to it. Now, if you wanted to have pieces of raspberry, or if I want to have pieces of Oreo cookie, I would put half my flavor in the machine, and the second half, the other 2 bags, I would put in as it's coming out. I would open up the gate and just shake them in. Now I have my fruit identity. I can taste that it's raspberry. I take the blindfold off. Where are the raspberries? It all looks like seeds. Now I put in pieces, and I can see pieces of raspberry. That's the identity. We eat with our taste buds, of course, but we also eat with our eyes. And this would give the eye appeal. I especially do that in ice creams and dairy-free, but when it comes to the Italian ice, I just pour everything in. And again, this could be whole bananas. Italian ice is not limited anymore to vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, basic flavors. We're now making Oreo cookie Italian ice. We're making mint chip Italian ice. You name it, it can be done. So everything that's going into this product is already in there, and it'll just keep freezing. We're going to let it go for a few more minutes, probably a total of 14 minutes from the time I turned on the refrigeration switch. So we'll be back and we'll take a look at the finished product. This product looks just about ready, so we'll check it in a second and see. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's looking very nice and dry. While that's finishing up, I just wanted to show you a couple of things. I've written an article, which I can also send you, that I titled Cups versus Cones. I have some personal questions about whether or not cones are going to come back this summer, or may it take a while because of COVID-19. But something like a cup, you could fill this in advance with any product, freeze it, and then when a person places an order from your menu, which would be online, and they can text in what they want, you've got this beautiful looking cup. Certainly a lot better than just a plain old paper cup. These are made by Gelato Supply. That's Gelato Supply.com. And we have made an arrangement with Gelato Supply that if you use the code, my company name, Emery Thompson, if you say Emery Thompson in the paperwork, they're going to give you a 10% discount. And just so you know, they're also the people who make these great gelato inserts. These are very inexpensive, and I've used them for years. They also produce, look at these little guys. These are terrific. I like these because I like to give them out, again, I'm a New Yorker. I like to give them out as bribes. You go into a doctor's office and they tell you to wait for 3 hours. You bring a couple of these little guys along with you, and you're going to get right in. They just sent me this, and I think it's a little styrofoam cooler to put product in. I think that's fantastic. I don't know the quantity of that yet, but I'd say that's about 1.5 quarts, maybe even 2 quarts. But this is all terrific stuff. And if you use the code Emery Thompson at gelatosupply.com, they're going to give you an additional, they're going to give you a discount on the products. So this is ready. I'm going to turn off the freeze button, and I'm going to open the gate. And that's beautiful product. Now, before that's finished, one of the Italian companies is advertising that for $3,500, you can buy for their machine an additional cheap plastic door that looks like a soft ice cream machine, and they're saying that you can use it for pints. I say, why spend the money? With an Emery Thompson, I can just tap down the speed. You can probably hear it. And now I'm spinning slower, that I can fill my pints quite easily right here at the machine. I'm not a pro. I don't do pints. But you get the idea that with the infinite overrun control, you could even do this. You just got to learn when to stop it. So let's go back to my product here. Wow, this is nice and heavy. And I'm going to reopen the gate, and I'm going to tap the speed back up. Wow. This is a 6-liter pan, and although we advertise the machine as 6 quarts, we know it makes more than that, but we're going to claim 6 quarts. So this is more than 6 quarts, but this is a gorgeous product. And it just keeps coming. That's it. That's full. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to show this to you. Look at that beautiful product. Mike, you want to see it on the other camera? How about there? Isn't that great? Look how dry that is. Look how solid. This stuff weighs a ton, I'm telling you. And we can do so much with it. I can put it into the gelato supply cups. Now, the nice thing about these gelato supply cups is it gives the appearance to the customer that it's not being handled a lot. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So you could have these pre-ready to go, different flavors, even mixed flavors, and then when the order comes in, you can put them in a bag and just mix them up, and people can eat them right in their car or take them home. I think that's a beautiful presentation. This is the way we do it in New York. This is called a squeeze cup. Its technical name is a pleated water cup. Like a lady's dress might be pleated. This is something we call a squeeze cup. We squeeze it up from the bottom to eat it. So it's like this. Oh, man. That is so full of raspberry. Wow. That's a winner. And here, if I was getting, say, $2, that's a 4-ounce portion if you crown it over. If I was getting $2, $2.25, $2.50 for that, I could also sell it in a fine, fancy restaurant in a nice glass like this. And a spoon, not a plastic spoon. Now I'm getting $7. This is a great product. You're really going to like this. So, email me, steve@emerythompson.com. Be happy to send you the formulas. Go to our website, emerythompson.com, and see all the different machinery that we make, made in America for 116 years, and they're all handmade. Every single machine is handmade. So until next time, let's get to work.